Guys, I have terrible news about the new Fortnite season. Fortnite has delayed the season. That's right. I woke up after only getting 2 hours of sleep because you know me, I got to be on when the season goes live so I can give you guys the content. And it looked like there were some delays, and we've seen delays like this in the past where it's like maybe an hour delay, a couple hours delay. Well, then we got word that the delay could take 3 to 4 hours, meaning that the season wouldn't be live until about 12 p.m. Eastern time. And right now I'm recording this at 8 a.m. Central, 9 a.m. Eastern time. But we just got a new update right now from Fortnite Status themselves. And they just said that due to the issue that the season will not launch for at least, keyword at least, an additional 8 hours. That's right. That means this season will launch with the sun being down in EU and the sun will be setting in North America. So this is probably the latest season launch I have ever seen, and one of the biggest delays to a Fortnite update or season launch in general. So I'm not sure exactly what issue they're struggling with. They haven't really specified what the issue is. We do have like footage of the battle pass, the trailer and everything. So we know that the season looks very promising. I'm just going to talk about what's going to be in the season just so you guys know, but just know that by the time you're watching this video, you're still going to have to wait a few more hours before you can even play. So here's the thing about the season. We have new mythic items. We saw that there's 4 new bosses, each having their own mythic. There's a new mythic shotgun. It shoots a little bit faster than an attack, and it has like 3 shots before you reload. The mythic version can do 150 plus headshot damage. That shotgun's gonna be extremely, extremely powerful. There's also 4 new medallions. The medallions are still in the game, but they work differently in this season. There is a medallion that's going to give you Siphon. There's a medallion that's going to allow you to use a little bit of like a shadow jump, shadow step on cooldown. And that one, I believe, is going to be dropped by Hades or Cerberus. There's a medallion that gives you a little bit of a boost when you jump. When you sprint, you're actually going to have like a little bit of a super jump. We saw this in the trailer. And then the final medallion is actually going to give you extra damage on ranged weapons. So assault rifles, sniper rifles, and maybe even SMGs. The thing is, now that the medallions do not give you shield, passive shield, if you carry all 4 medallions, you're pretty much going to be like a demigod, because then you're going to have Siphon on eliminations, you're going to have a super jump, and you're going to do more damage against other players with your assault rifle and, you know, sniper rifles. That's pretty crazy. So I'm not sure if they're going to be too OP, but I think I would prefer to fight somebody who has like some extra abilities than fight somebody who has 5 medallions, and when you shoot them for 100, their shield just replenishes. So now the medallions will not replenish your shield, besides the Siphon one, which requires you to get eliminations. Also, there's 2 new biomes for this season. That's right, there's 2 new biomes, one in the northwest and one in the southeast. The northwest one is where Hades resides in the underworld, and the southeast one is where we see Olympus. 2 POIs at each biome, and Ruined Reels has, you know, changed, and now it's Rebuilt Reels, I think. So that's 5 new POIs and 2 new biomes. This is a pretty massive change to the map. So this update is pretty significant. Epic dropped probably one of the best trailers I have ever seen for a new Fortnite season. So it looks very promising. Everyone is extremely excited, but like I said, it's delayed. So something major is holding it back. There's also some very interesting news about the actual story for Fortnite. And if you don't care about story, you should still listen, because there is some gameplay implications to this. Chapter 5, Season 2. Let's go back to Chapter 2, Season 2. That's when we got introduced to Midas and his crew. Midas, Meowscles, Brutus, TNTina. Well, Midas is actually returning. And this time he's not just returning as a skin. He actually is playing a part in the story. Like, actually. They have teased him for so many years since he disappeared or died. But he's alive, and he's actually back. Donald Mustard was not capping. And it looks like he has some plans to take down the gods, Zeus, and the people that are on the map. And he's reuniting with his crew. All the Chapter 2, Season 2 bosses will be on the map as NPCs that you can talk to. They have dialogue, and they're plotting something. Now, the actual storyline of what's going on with this season, it looks like Zeus is not the good guy for us. He does not like us mortals, and he wants to inflict his wrath upon us. And some of the gods and demigods are trying to stop him or calm him down. Point is, this season, we're actually going to get some story development. and it could lead into a live event at the end of the season. Yes, Fortnite is cooking. We might actually get a live event that's not just the end of chapter event. So at the end of the season, Zeus is going to have some sort of hourglass that's supposed to end humanity, and we have to try to destroy it before time runs out. And there's going to be some quests associated with that, but this would be a good opportunity now to give us an actual season event, because we haven't had a season event in a very long time. As far as new weapons, we have a new SMG, a new assault rifle, and a brand new DMR. And I will say this, the new SMG kind of is very similar to the Hyper SMG, but even though this one says it has the same amount of bloom, it could be a reskin of the Hyper. Same thing with the assault rifle, but the DMR is not a reskin. The DMR is actually a new take on the DMR, and I'm going to make a prediction that the DMR will actually be useful this season, and I'll tell you why. The DMR was a projectile-based weapon, and it existed when there was hit scan weapons in the game, like the Red Eye, and the Twin Mag AR. We do not have hit scan weapons in Fortnite anymore, besides shotguns. So now the DMR is on kind of like an even playing field. Also, the stats of this DMR are kind of insane. Over 100 headshot damage and up to 60 body shot damage. This DMR is one of the hardest hitting DMRs they've ever added, and I guess it's going to be the first time the DMR actually is either meta or very useful. There's also a new version of the drum gun. I'm not sure if it's going to be immediately available or if it's just for creative, but with Midas being on the map and being, you know, an actual key figure in the story, we might be getting the mythic Midas drum gun to return this season. And last but not least, a brand new shotgun, the Gatekeeper shotgun. So it has a fire rate of 1.7, making it shoot a little bit faster than the OG TAC, but only has 3 bullets before you have to reload. The mythic version does 146 headshot damage, but like I said, it shoots pretty fast. So this gun's going to be really good to put one opponent down extremely quick. I actually see this being potentially the best shotgun in the game this season. There's a lot of vaulted things like the vaulted riot shield and the grappler blade, but we're also seeing the return of impulse nades and potentially an addition to a mini junior version of the bubble shield called Shield Bubble Junior. This will be probably coming sometime this season and will be pretty useful in zero build. One last thing, we do have a return of LTMs, specifically one LTM. Midas is going to have a floor is lava, but the lava is actually going to be gold. This LTM will come out sometime this season, and it's going to tie with Midas's return to the story and game. Pretty excited for that. We haven't had an actual good LTM in a very long time, let alone any LTMs in a very long time. So it looks like Epic is kind of going back to their roots. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, by the time you're watching this, you're probably still going to have to wait a few more hours before the season goes live. I've never seen a delay like this before, but I think it will be worth the wait. The season looks promising, and be sure to subscribe because I am going to be posting my main channel video, checking out the new update later today once the season is actually up. Thank you so much for watching.